We are not receiving any audio on Zoom.
Is it for those?
Yeah, I'm on the owl.
Is there a light on?
Yeah.
The lake.
Yeah, so.
We've got one Robin on.
Yes,
So
the other
we
one
owe-
is not gonna be.
So we owe, I thought we owed $752 and we owe $822. Six of $822,
Okay,
I got $752, so that's 70,000 off.
good. We have money?
Yeah, we have the money, I'm just pissed.
I know.
Yes.
Can you hear us?
Okay, you guys ready?
No, the Zoom can't hear us for some reason. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, Robin, we can't hear you.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
Zoom, you can hear the audio is working now on Zoom.
thank you.
Okay. Okay,
Okay.
okay, we're gonna do this again. Let's call the meeting to order. Can we certify a quorum here? We'll call a roll call?
Yeah, we have in person, Bob Hanson, Dean Kaplan, Bud Bristow, Harriet Overbeck. On Zoom, we have Robin McPherson. And I do not know if we have any other board members on Zoom.
So nobody
Okay.
else yet.
Okay, but we do have
We
a
have a
quorum,
quorum. Okay, notice of meeting,
posted and emailed.
meeting minutes from October 23rd.
I read them, I didn't have any changes.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So first officers report. First thing is the pool deck is open, folks. So yesterday, a couple of your board members were down here unwrapping furniture, and after we got tired of doing that, we had some folks help us take it out there, and we sat, and Chuck Taylor came down with 2 bottles of champagne, and we sat out there and enjoyed. Fantastic. So just the deck, not the pool yet. So next thing that's gonna happen is we've got the CO right there. That means the deck's open. Next thing we go to, we pass the fire inspection. Next one is the health inspection, and hopefully Thanksgiving will be open. Hopefully.
We had to have that little piece of paper before we could.
That's what we needed right there. That was the key. Yeah.
Closest. Why do I bring that up? It's not the benchmark, because 30-year minus 10-year, known as the knob spread, see it on that chart. It's basically the finest in 2 months.
Hello.
It's one to
All right. Can we, hello, mute on online. Online, please mute. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, next, I'd like to bring up Marilyn Kaplan just to announce, make our next announcement. She's worked very, very hard.
So continuing the good news, and I think today it's the secret was out. We passed the 91 vote. We surpassed the 91 vote very, very quickly. So now we start, and hopefully same time next year, we're in a beautiful room.
Thank you very much. So I'd also like to thank Margot Brozos and her team of ambassadors, and let me name them out here. Peggy Cluck, Elaine Coccarillo, Darla Natoli, Vicky Shielberg, Cindy Lewis, let's see, Marjorie Konisberg, and Carla Crowley. So we had some phone calls, very successful campaign here to get things going. If anybody hasn't voted yet, please do. We would like to make this as close to unanimous as possible. And it would just look good if we could get as many as possible on this. We had a few no's. I'm sorry?
How many no votes do we have?
We're not at the membership meeting, so really we shouldn't be discussing it.
Yeah, it's kind of.
We really shouldn't be discussing it at all, sorry.
You have too many excited people.
I know everyone's really excited, but
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna stop and just tell you about my day yesterday. No, wait. After two meetings in the afternoon and after unwrapping furniture here and then unwrapping furniture on the deck. It was 4:30, it was getting dark. We were exhausted and we were about to go back inside. And then we thought, let's sit here for a second. And Harriet, Bud, myself, Marilyn, and Chuck, who's not here, sat at the table looking towards Singer Island. And for the first time in years, I thought, oh my God, this is unbelievable. The sight, the quiet, the pool, the water, the infinity look there. And it's like, this is what it's all about.
Yeah.
And we can now enjoy that. Hopefully we're not anticipating any problems with the health inspector, but up until yesterday at 4:30, every time I walked in that pool deck, it was to go over problems. Or listening to contractors who were trying to explain why they could do something. And it all came home at once. And hopefully you will all get the same feeling. You can do this tonight or tomorrow. Just use plastic cups.
We need to move the table, the tables that are in front of those doors in the lobby, like the poker table.
Yeah.
Should not be there, that's an egress.
Right.
We'll do something, but
We'll get it.
it's like, it's real. It became real yesterday for me and hopefully for you momentarily.
Yeah. Okay, just a little update on a couple of other things. So we had a meeting, we told you guys that we were gonna hire an OR to look at the balconies and give us a comprehensive look at what we have to do next, and really to take a good look at the building and all of the things that may have to come up in the future as far as repairs, cement wise and everything. So they came out and we had a meeting and then we walked the building. And we feel very comfortable with these people. They gave us a lot of good advice and we're following up on some of that stuff. So they will be involved with the next phase of the outside of the building and the decks and other things that are going on. So we do have quite a bit of work to do, but in the general comment from them walking around, these are people that do this as a living. They're ORs, they're all engineers, they have tremendous backgrounds from various companies. And this company has a great reputation. So they know what they're doing and they came along. We walked through the garage, we walked around the building. They thought our garage was in pretty good shape. I showed them a couple of things I was concerned about and they weren't as concerned as I was. So that's a good thing. Now we do have a lot of work to do. So on the other hand, you know, we've got a good building, it's solid, but we have some work to you know, keep it that way and bring it up to speed. And I just want to mention something else here, something I think about in the future, something I've thought about, and that is rebranding the building. We've got brand new elevators. We're going to have a brand new first floor next year and all of our corridors and everything else. And, you know, we kind of have a bad reputation at this point. Now we've got a new pool and have something to show off. So I'm just thinking about it that, if we rebranded and got the realtors involved and got an effort to go back to the realtors and say, hey, take a real hard look at us here and see what we got. So just something that, you know, longer term will go in the works. So this time next year that, you know, we've got all this new stuff out there. Maybe, you know, some of the people that have to, for some reason, want to sell, hopefully see the market change quite a bit for the cost of the units there. So it's just a thought. Okay, let's go on to the next. Manager's report going on to Harriet.
Treasurer.
Treasurer
First. Can everybody hear me? Okay, balance as of yesterday in the operating fund, we have $1,370,198. In regular reserves, we have $796 and $43. Plus we have 500,000 in CDs. In CSRS reserves, we have 432,495 and 750,000 in CDs in that account. In SPA 3, we have 1,068,802. SPA 5, we have 620,779. And because we just finished SPA 3 in that little Truist account that people keep paying into, we have $101,000 and 101.73. Makes it a total of 5,678,000. And on our financials, we still have $56,000. It says it's unbilled to collect from SPA 3. Christine and I are scratching our heads. We've put in information and questions to the bookkeepers. We have not heard back yet. I can tell you that we lost our bookkeeper, so we do not know who we have right now. And they are not responding to us. So I put in a call today to Robin Moore, who is the regional manager, and I was polite but firm. I'll just put it that way. So there's $56,000 there. I don't know why it isn't billed yet, but somehow I think it's owed to us. So there's another $56,000 there. I worked on the budget with Christine, and we finished the first draft. We sent it out to the budget committee. It's Percy and Madeline. We're meeting tomorrow to go through it. And I know everybody's going to be really disappointed with this, but I think there's a decrease in the budget. Not a big one. Don't get real excited, but right now there's what?
Yeah.
I know.
That's a new
I
word.
did. I know. I kind of did it on purpose, but because I looked at it and I went, oh my God, it's a decrease. Not a big one. It's about $100,000 decrease, but you know what?
It's in the right direction.
It's in the right direction. And yeah, I thought it was really good. And but part of the reason there's a decrease, you know, that Dino's no longer with us. We will be replacing him. Dino had a title of chief engineer. He was not an engineer, so he will be replaced, but he'll be replaced with someone who has management experience and maintenance management experience. Right, and that will save us a fair amount of money because
Less.
Dino's title actually put him at a pretty high pay grade. So that was part of the decrease. And then we were able to take down a couple of categories. We don't see any insurance increase this year. The reserves will stay the same. The only thing that changes, so I looked at SERS reserves. We need to put a little bit more in for the next 4 or 5 years, but as they go up, then our non-SERS will come down. So I don't see the SERS changing at all. And if anything, if we get finished with this, I mean, maybe the non-SERS can come down also, but I want to see how we do with our renovation coming up. And then maybe after this year, maybe even that can come down a little bit.
We built a substantial contingency into this budget
Yes, we did.
I'm talking about the construction budget.
Yeah, yeah. So
Hopefully, we're gonna walk away with some extra money that we could put in
Yeah.
another capital project.
I think that's on the agenda, the possible assessment, so I'll tell everybody what that looks like. We don't really need to talk about it right now because it's okay, but for anybody who didn't hear the part about the carpeting, if you haven't voted yet and you are thinking about carpeting, yes or no, if the carpeting is not gonna pass in the hallway, which I'm not allowed to say anything, but yes, it's okay. It makes the carpeting down here more expensive. So if you haven't voted yet, make sure you vote yes for the carpeting. Otherwise, it just costs us more when we do the renovation down here. I know people,
Hit a certain threshold,
you have to,
square yardage to get.
It's a volume discount.
it's a volume discount. So I hope I didn't confuse anybody because first we said one thing and then I'm talking about voting again. But if you haven't voted, make sure you vote yes for the carpeting if you understand that it would cost us more to do down here if we didn't also do up there. Construction report, we owe the pool, well, we'll talk about this, but $752,000 for the pool, $619 for the elevators, and $376 for pipelining, for a total of $1,851,000. And I wanted to make 2 notes, but I don't know if you were going to talk about this. We sent a message out about the staff holiday fund for anybody who's wants to contribute to that. If you don't know this, last year we actually opened a different account. So all the money goes to the staff. It does not filter through the Castle system. So whatever we collect goes to the staff directly. And the only other thing that I would mention is that it's okay. Technically, you're not supposed to be giving extra to anyone, but if you want to give extra because you for some reason don't like somebody else, you only want to give to one person, just know that whatever money is collected, we give it to everybody. So whatever you give and whatever we collect as a total, it goes out to all staff. And last year, Dean and Bud and I divided everything with Christine's input as to, you know, what she felt and then what the three of us felt. And then the last thing is I talked to Christine about a social fund because we're not allowed to have one anymore. It's not in the budget. It's not in the budget. It can't go in the budget. And so I was actually gonna start another account and put a check in, and anybody who would like to contribute to that, I don't, what would we name it? Social-
You already have a bank account set up for social. What we can't do is we cannot budget for it. Like I can't, on a line item, go social events and then say $2,000. Because you may go to social events, you may not, so it's illegal for us to force everybody to pay into social events.
It's gonna be voluntary.
So, yeah, it has to be volunteer, or once the room is done, if you do like rentals and take, you know, a $300 fee like they do over at Play to rent it, or $100 or whatever, however much you want, that money that is collected on rentals for the social room and social areas can and will be put into the social fund for you to use for social events. But we can't budget you and charge each and every owner a percentage towards a social event.
So if I wanted to contribute and know that it goes into the social fund, how do I make my check payable?
You write your check payable to the Lake Point Tower Social Fund.
Social fund. Okay, so just for anybody who wants to contribute to that, because we don't have a lot of money in there right now.
You don't have anything.
Yeah, it's pretty low. Okay, and the last part was about the assessment, but I think that's on the agenda coming up.
Mhm.
Questions?
I have a question
Yeah.
about the employee Christmas. If it's not going through Castle, how is it being paid?
They get a check. Bud and I set up a separate outside account last year, and then we cut all a TD
And
Bank.
they're getting 1099s?
They have to declare that they're getting
We
a
gotta
check.
do it
Up
on
to
the-
them.
It's up to them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of not
Not
totally
quite.
kosher.
Not quite, but
But there were a lot of people who complained if it went through Castle, so I think,
They complained because they took taxes on
they,
it.
they took everything out of it, yeah.
Up to,
We've
What?
had this problem.
marked up on that?
Yeah.
They
From
took a fee,
Castle?
didn't they?
Yeah.
If it goes through the Castle system,
So this
right?
is cleaner.
Yeah, so we took,
a
so we,
lot more in the fund.
yeah, so we were able to put more into the fund, which meant we were able to give more to everyone. And yes, it's up to them to then claim that on their taxes.
We've done this before.
It's, staff, Lake Point Tower Staff Holiday Fund, I think that's,
It's just the
Give-
Lake Point
Lake-
Tower Holiday Fund,
yeah, and give it.
and that's the name of the
Desk
bank account.
or, Brooklyn,
Sealed envelope check. Really.
yeah,
Mhm.
okay, any other questions?
The president, the vice president come after anyways.
Yeah, thanks.
Good to know.
I can still run fairly fast, so.
How fast?
Yeah, how fast can you go? Okay, manager's report.
Okay, do I need the mic?
Oh, here. At least it's working.
A couple of things, the Lanai roofing was awarded to, Dan Ryan's roof, pressure cleaning. So the Lanai roofs will be pressure cleaned in January. It will be with a soft wash. They're gonna do it from the bottom up. This way, no one's walking on the Lanai, so that should look good once it's done. At the same time, I'm gonna have them spray down over by L7, their roof leads, to see how that, Bud, this actually is for you, to see how that goes and how it drains out, to see if we could see if that's where the water is coming from.
Out here.
Yeah, to the
okay.
downstairs over by,
Well, I
Mrs.
said,
Quigg's park spot, yeah.
right,
I've reached out to Sarah Maman, who is the fire consultant. Dina was working with her. We signed a proposal for her to review all of our fire violations and see what she can do as to putting something together for us to submit to the village so that some of these violations can just be eliminated and taken care of. We have the paver repair, still waiting for SFL to get all their paperwork in to get set up in the system, but once that's done, the door over on this side, the pavers, and on the other side, the slopes will be changed, so instead of water rushing in, it'll go out, and we wanna make sure that's done before we redo the rooms. The paver surfacing has been redone. There is an area over by the front lobby. They believe that there was moisture trapped in the pavers. So they are gonna come back out, they're gonna pressure clean it, they're gonna reseal it after it dries, and then that should take care of that milky kind of color that we have going on there. The shades for your fitness center have been installed. We've gotten mixed reviews. Some people like it, some people don't, but I think after a while, everybody will get used to it. And they are electronic with the remotes, so just make sure, and you can't leave with the remotes, right? We have them
Is it
tethered.
Can
Okay.
I just say something about, if someone uses it and brings the shade down, tell them to please raise it when they're finished,
We could tell them.
okay?
We'll tell
Tell
them. Make sure when you're done using it, you raise them back
I
up.
mean, coming in first thing in the morning and seeing the shades down, and
Mhm.
the remote dangling,
Oh,
a little selfish.
Yeah, okay, for your contract updates, your elevator, as you all know, the second elevator was turned back over to you all the inspections were passed, I filled out the paperwork for you to get your operating permit, so I'm waiting for that to come in. Once we have that, that'll get posted. They're working on your final car. They actually already ran the cables and wires, and a lot of the work that they needed to do has already been done. So this elevator is not gonna take as long as the last one. And then next week, they're gonna start painting the hoistways. I believe it's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. For anybody that cannot stomach that smell, just plan to make arrangements to either have a fan blowing away from your door or to not be in the building while they're doing that. Your advanced roofing, they did the walk pads, they did a horrible job. I called them back. Told them they were not gonna get paid until they corrected it and did it properly. So they came back, they started working on it, and I expect them to come back and finish it up. And then your next meeting is gonna be December 3rd, which is your membership meeting where the official vote results will be announced. And then your regular board meeting is December 18th.
I have two things.
Go ahead.
So, just wanted to tell you, Christine has actually saved us some money recently. The voting that we're doing right now for the renovation, on our old system, it was $4,000 a year for that subscription. This cost us $29 to do voting, because she did election, so we just saved a whole bunch of money. And that was election buddy.
That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, it was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was there when she got the bill and I went, are you kidding me? Like, let's pay it real fast so they can't change their minds. The other thing is we changed out, we got a quote to change the porters who come on the weekends. What?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we just changed that out and we just saved another $4,000 a year because we came to the company that we're using right now and they agreed to give us people 4 hours each weekend.
Yeah, right
or
now
for
for the
the 2 days.
weekends, we have V&V who used to do the housekeeping, but we kept them, we eliminated them for the housekeeping, but we kept them for the weekend porter, and they keep giving us different people. And the people that we have now, they just don't do it right, and I get complaints about it. So I went to Rosemary of CJJ, where our cleaning ladies work for, and asked her to give me a proposal to do the same amount of hours, 4 hours Saturday, 4 hours Sunday. It came out to being $10 an hour cheaper. So, after calculating, it's like $4,471.52
To be.
around about, of savings for the year. So that's what we're gonna do. And so far, they've been great, and they send us people that could speak English and we could communicate with them. So they'll be starting around December, the weekend of December 20th, because we had to give a 30-day cancellation. Sorry, you can keep going now.
No, that was good. Actually, do you want to talk about the elevator and your experience today? Because I think tomorrow, maybe, so, Bob was saying that people are coming up in the freight elevator, and then they seem to be getting into the other elevator. They don't know if they don't know how to call the freight elevator to go back down. And this, I think maybe when Veronica is here, because she's bilingual, but when she's not, sorry. So we have, so evidently people are going up in the freight elevator, which is fine if they have things, but they're somehow then coming back down and now our
Permit
brand new
contractor.
elevator C.
Yeah, contractors.
Contractors with stuff, and we're going like, no, 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 you
Shouldn't
can't
be that.
do that. So we have to figure out a way to keep them from being in the elevator if they're a contractor and have anything, because you can break that panel and then,
Right.
yeah.
So basically what,
By the back door of the elevator that they have to
I
get.
think they're,
right, so basically what we're saying, you got lobby and garage if you're up on your floor. But above, I forget which one it is, lobby or garage, it's on the left side, it says LR. And that is, lobby, rear, and so that would only be the freight elevator. So if you guys see any vendors or anyone that's trying to go down and they don't understand it, please let them know that that's what they have to do. And we will try to coordinate that with the front desk, but it wasn't obvious to me. I figured it out the other day. And I think, the vendors that probably don't speak English, a lot of them can't figure it out either, so we'll try to get
As they
that done.
check in, we can.
As they check
As they
in.
check in, and then we're gonna look into seeing if either Schindler and or Darwin, who does our access control, if they can make it so that the cards that we give to the vendors,
Good.
when they call it, will only call that service elevator. We're still trying to figure out how and if we can do that. But that would be the way that they could wave that card but then again, if someone else is there and the elevator door is open, we have to be responsible. And when I say we, all of us, to turn around and tell them, no, you can't ride on this elevator. You have to wait for the other elevator. And don't be afraid to tell them they can't ride in that elevator.
Okay, one more thing here. I don't know if anybody's been in the library recently. I have, and I didn't believe that was the library. And thank you, Darla, for putting that together.
Thank you.
It really looks, it's really good. Thank you very much.
It's a lot of work. I know that.
Okay, moving on here. Okay, committee reports. I think we heard from Marilyn. You done? Okay. Margo, anything?
I just want to say thank you to my amazing committee. They knew what they had to do.
Yep.
They did it, and we put loving pressure on everyone. Please get your ballots in
Loving.
now,
yeah,
not in 3 weeks, because a few of them said, but we have till December 3rd. I said, no, the sooner the better, we can start moving. So kudos to everyone who helped, really. And if I could turn my head. Thank ladies. Thank you.
So, and based on that, we're able to get the designers and everybody coordinated to the next step. So we're starting that now instead of waiting till the 3rd. So that's gonna get us, ahead of schedule a little bit, because we slipped the schedule a little bit. Now we're back on schedule, and hopefully that'll move us along a little quicker. So could be that maybe October next year, we have a new room down here. Wouldn't that be nice? So, okay. Christine, if you'd go through the pay apps, why don't you go through those?
Okay, the first one we have is from Pipelining. It is pay application number 3 for the sanitary main in the amount of $233, not $233.
233,000.
Yeah, that's it.
Close.
$233,698.
I'll make a motion to pay that.
I'll second the motion.
Harriet made the motion, Bud seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
And just let me mention something about pipelining. We have added to their original scope because as we've gone through this, we've found some other things, and also considering what we have to do on the first floor. Everything in those ceilings that you see is all ripped up has basically been taken care of, so that hopefully in the future, we won't have to worry about that. And we plan on putting in a hard ceiling. And so we won't have any high potential of leaks up there. There are also some other things we're gonna have them look at in the garage, some of the piping into the lanais and
It's your
stuff.
thing again.
Oh,
So
hit the.
in the future, ran out. So they're gonna be around for a little bit longer, but I think the rest of the board can back me up on this. They've done an excellent job, and they've
Best
really
vendor ever.
they've been great vendors in the building. Yes, Peggy.
Make a comment about them. I think a lot of us have really gotten to know them very.
Right. Yes. Probably more so than you want to, yeah.
All on the positive side, and I said to a couple of them the other day, I'm really gonna, I know you're down in the garage for a while now, but I'm really gonna miss you. It really made me feel good because Craig and I talked about it a lot. It feels like you're just alone in this world of pipes and this and that in this building. And I said, I'm really gonna miss you guys. And he goes, you know what? You won't miss me very that much. We'll be very close. And I said, what are you talking about? He said, we are going to be working over the K buildings for a long, long
Yeah.
time. So he said, if you think you guys have problems, you haven't gotten close to
Wow.
it.
Really?
Wow.
So that made me feel so good to know that.
Misery likes company, right?
Yeah, really.
We're over that curve.
So we can always go over there and.
Say,
And
hey,
visit.
Christian.
Yeah, all right.
He got promoted. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll miss her.
Kristen got promoted, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Okay, the next one is for pipelining again. This is pay application number 2 for the additional stormwater line, and that is at $12,756.
So move to approve.
I'll second it. Yep.
Yeah, whatever.
All in favor?
Aye. Those are both reserved.
No, that was Dean.
Okay, restore, I believe we're gonna put on hold for now, is that correct?
No,
No?
that is a change order. That's
That's good?
that's a valid change order for $97,721 and
Harriet, is that, you okay with that?
Yeah, I spoke to Mark, so just so everybody knows, the numbers for me were off. And evidently there was a change order that was signed a long time ago by Gordon that never got put in. And so, we talked to Mark today, so I'm okay. I think, we paid
this has been done. This just
It was
hasn't been
in
approved.
June, this was.
This is for the electrical revision number 2 dated 8/6/24. That was for the fixture pricing, current market, blah, blah, blah.
So,
But it was for the electrical revision.
Oh, my God.
Well, we were able to reduce a lot of those lights.
And that was again, thanks to Marilyn and her.
Yes.
Yes.
Can I just say compliments to everyone, Marilyn's committee, all of you. This is the first time I'm sitting in a meeting in a lot of years, we're living here 11 years, that I feel, well, children did. I feel such positive vibes. I hear such wonderful things. You're getting things accomplished. Forget the saving money. I mean, that's important, but you're getting things done. And I just applaud all of you.
I'm tired not having that.
Well, so let me say this, you guys are so lucky to have so many volunteers on these committees that have worked so hard for the building and really have worked hard. So, it's the committee and the people on this board that have made it, made everything work. So it's great. You got great representation. I really appreciate it. Okay, next.
Okay, we're still on the change order.
Oh, still on that guy?
So, Bob, to your point, so, Mark sent a tentative draft of a final pay app. It would be before the retainage. And so we're off it was $70,000 more than I expected. What he said he did is he took, I guess, the pay app that he hadn't counted before, and then he took off some things that he's not doing, like the the car wash. He's not doing that. So then he took off some credits, and so I haven't seen it. I haven't seen everything yet, but the final number was about $70,000 more than I was expecting. We have the money to pay it. It just threw me off because my numbers weren't.
Yeah, because the pay up,
We are
But
doing.
we are gonna do
Yeah,
it.
but not,
it's just not under this contract.
yeah,
Just took it away from the store.
yeah. So anyway, so that's what I did, but
I wanted to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the change order that was missed in all of the amounts.
Oh. Well, and been on this.
Mm-mm.
Chair for Lake Point.
No,
No,
Because they did a great job on the actual concrete restoration. It was at over $1 million, was done properly, it was done quickly. And, you didn't see all that, that was in the basement, in the garage.
It wasn't. I
This-
recall you calling, I call Mark and that's all. It was so bad that you wanted to pull that bond.
Yes.
I have stacks and stacks of full reports that say restore is uncooperative, they're not doing the job. I mean, many.
We're talking about the pool, folks. The pool job, they should have never been awarded the job. They weren't qualified
Right.
again to do that.
Right.
They are concrete repair people. That's what they.
Right.
But when you're telling me they screwed up your kitchen, but you're not even gonna let them do the bathroom.
We're gonna let them bid.
What
It's
kitchen?
just saying, if you had a contractor and he screwed up your kitchen,
They're
would
actually
you hire
very,
him to
very,
renovate the bathroom?
Yeah, they are.
they do great.
No.
They do.
Why are they on the business list?
And part of it is.
6 years,
If you guys don't want them on the business list, we could take them off,
and
but
I think you
for
should tell them.
concrete restoration work, they are pretty good.
I'm not sure they want to work with us anymore.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not sure we have
Yeah.
we're gonna have the issue anyway. I don't think they wanna work with us, cause we had a couple of, other little things and they did it twice as much as anybody else, which only
Yeah.
says that, you
Yeah.
know, they didn't really,
I had water pool in January,
I know.
sitting after meeting, arguing about lighting in the rails, lighting,
Yep.
and nothing getting done. That I gave up even attending the meetings, and the guy was nothing but an obstructionist, and now you're saying they did a good job.
No.
Say they did a good job.
We finished the pool.
They should have never been doing that type of work, but when they, in their own wheelhouse. Concrete restoration, and I gotta tell you what, we got a lot of concrete restoration to do on this building.
We actually asked, we actually asked our new owner's rep about
Colliers.
Restore. And as far as he's concerned, and he does this all throughout Florida, he said they are really good.
He
Maybe
didn't like
not
that
for
in
the
his
pool.
reports, did
Maybe
he?
not for the pool, but.
He didn't like that in his
Oh,
reports.
no, this is the new guy.
No, this is our,
The one we just call your
The new
people.
guy who's after the fact.
Right.
Yeah, but he has nothing to do with the pool.
Out in the
We're
concrete.
different things.
Different company.
I'm sorry.
Did we finish?
You know what?
Can we-
We're gonna,
Yeah.
I don't know how many people are gonna bid for the jobs, so we're going to let
You don't get
anybody.
somebody
Let me
there
finish.
bad.
We are going to evaluate everything, and it's not just gonna be low-cost provider. We'll look at everything. But right now, we're not ready to say you can't do it.
My personal opinion, I'll take them off the business list and tell them why.
All right.
Okay.
Where is this car wash going?
They will probably turn around and write us a letter into, they will probably write a letter into.
Oh, where's your unit?
Why?
Yeah.
Back out where it used to be on that deck.
on the back deck where it used to be.
Where it used to be.
We took it away from them so that we could get the CO. And made it a separate project, so that would have held us up forever, but.
And it would have held up the town and.
And when I asked them if they were doing it, they said, no, you need to get somebody.
So we're just gonna replace what was there, with a new unit.
Anyway.
And it's a lot easier to pull a permit to replace something than it is to add it to the pool, so we just took it away.
We got our contract.
I'm sorry?
You got creative.
Yes.
We had to,
Presented with problem A, you went open.
so we eliminated, it was a little too complex with the pool, so it's, you know, it sounds ridiculous, but that's the way it was.
Well, this is.
So, We're gonna do it,
Not the
Um,
public.
for sure.
Okay, but let's get back to the change order
Okay.
for
Okay.
Restore Construction. Can I get a motion to approve it? The work has already been done.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, next.
The next thing we have is a change order for the building automated system. This is change order number 1 in the amount of $30,500. This is for the hookup of the CO2 and the NO2 that,
The garage.
in the garage, yeah, that it was, the permission was granted to Sheldon, who was the one doing the work. And he didn't know that we had a process of doing this, of bringing it to the board first before, and Dino had told him to hook up the CO2 and
already
the
done.
NO2, so it is already
In
done.
addition to the original.
Yeah, it was it's an addition, which in the long run, it is gonna benefit us. It is a smart thing to do. If the alarms go off, we will be able to remotely see what the problem is, if it's a real problem. If not, we can reset it, and this could all be done remotely instead of like overnight and nobody's here to take care of it for you. So it was a smart decision. It just didn't go in the proper order.
The problem is that the first one that was put in, it was wrong,
All wrong.
all wrong.
Wow.
So whatever
How
we
much
paid for
extra?
that.
It was a 30,500 even.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Call for a vote on that.
Yes, can we get a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve building automation services 30,500.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Excellent.
Okay, chiller.
Yeah, the second chiller, discussion on that,
So,
be amongst the board.
yes, well, I think we should, now we don't necessarily need to talk about that now. I had asked about that because we have money sitting in spot 3 for the second chiller. But this company that we just hired, the owner's rep company, project management company, they have an expert from Train Air Conditioning, and we actually were hiring them for the balconies, but then we said, well, you have this expert, kind of throw that in too. So, at no extra charge, they're giving us their expert to come and look at our system. And so that was one of the questions. And when we had the meeting the other day, I said, I want to know, do we need the second chiller now, later, not at all, opinion? So we don't necessarily need to talk about that now. We just need to wait until they come on site and give us an opinion. But the
So-
money's sitting there, so I don't,
The motion we table the discussion on the second
Yeah.
chiller.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All in favor?
I,
Okay, and Colliers. Okay, I already talked a little bit about Collier, and these guys are very experienced. We did a lot of research back in the spring to try to get a real handle on the balconies, and we're going, what to do going forward. And believe me, it's more complex than you think. When you talk about how we're gonna fix all of these things, how's the best way to do it, the quickest way to do it. We still want to live in the building while they're doing it, so we've got a lot of challenges in that. So we found, we think, some of the best people to lead us through that. And as I mentioned earlier, they're all professional engineers. They're all worked for big companies before. They have experience in all the aspects of concrete restoration, and they're doing it all over the state. It's a big company that just does this professionally, and they know who they're dealing with. And we mentioned some of the people we dealt with before, and they're like, oops. And, so they've got a list of people that they rely on, and who are very professional in the building. So we're very happy with our meeting yesterday. We're gonna have a follow-up meeting, I believe tomorrow. Thursday? Okay.
I can't imagine doing this
Yeah.
project without them. They have depth that is unbelievable. When we said we need to speak to a new engineer just to verify certain things, they said, we deal with engineers all the time. Let me give you a list of 4 or 5 that we would recommend. When we have to bid or we have to deal with contractors, they will help us choose the contractors. They will help organize the bid, provide the scope, and they're gonna hold our hand, basically.
They're gonna manage this.
Yeah.
This is
Stay
what
on
they do
top of-
for a living, and we'll then figure things out with them, but we feel great about them.
These guys are so confident that they're gonna do a good job that we could fire them with 30 days notice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
They,
it too.
they put that in.
Yeah.
If you're not happy, you can fire.
Yeah.
Is
With
the,
30 days notice.
No, Joe?
That's pretty fair.
is the owner's rep on this also?
That they are.
They are,
They are.
it's called
Yeah.
Colliers, yeah. So they have a pretty in-depth field of
Got it,
people.
got
So they'll be the in-between between us
Yeah.
and the contractor.
Yeah, and we've been assigned one person for the concrete part, and then they have the other expert for the
For the
HVAC.
AC.
Very good.
And somebody's gonna provide us a plan.
Absolutely.
What they're gonna do and when it started.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
And they outlined all that yesterday as far as, their steps.
Yeah,
Okay.
but this is just, we're to actually start something. We were talked yesterday, we're probably 9-10 months out by the time you go through everything and put everything together and bid it and whatever. This is not, this project inside is gonna be ending when another one may be starting. So we don't have enough, there's too much to do.
Right. So, give you an example. So I think we mentioned before that we have some column repairs to do, which have a lot to do with balconies. And so I was a little concerned about about the columns. We got Tim Marshall to do a report, and we went out to bid and all that. These guys looked at it, stood up, and they said, this is all, we're gonna take over. We're gonna include this in the balcony thing. Let's look at it. Everything concrete we'll look at, and that's what they're doing. So I'm very confident that they can do a good job and save us some money overall. It's not gonna be cheap, but we gotta do it right.
Yeah, I think one of the things I was impressed with, they looked at this, with the columns that we were gonna do, we were gonna start with this, and they said, this is the way projects start. You start small and then they just balloon.
balloon.
And they said, that's not the right way to do it. They said, don't do this repair right now. We're gonna put the whole thing together for you. And then, and you're not gonna spend as much money. It's
And
not
they
gonna get out.
question our engineers.
Yeah.
They will prod them to verify certain things and look at expenses and everything else, and wherever there's a way to save,
And there's more than one way to fix
Yeah.
things in engineering.
yes.
Yeah.
Do they select the engineers or recommend the?
They
engineers?
recommend.
They
We
recommend.
recommend from a list of people they work with and are very happy with.
So-
But we will
and they're-
make the final determination.
Yeah, and they're gonna,
Unfortunately, the engineers we work with aren't on their list. Well, I think that's
you
a,
know, we're gonna, but
you know, we know, so, that's a good thing, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah,
Can you get anything approved in town?
For what?
what,
Permits?
Oh, yeah,
oh, yeah,
we let the
You
building
just
department talk good.
Submitted this and this guy left town and got some other guy to take his place.
the rules, Yeah.
Dinner not to work, if you want this way.
yeah, the rules have changed, but now we know that. So we're gonna deal with the rules, and these guys know how to manage that with the town and everybody else. So instead of us being in the middle like we are in the pool and pushing things along, we've got people that are gonna do all.
They will help us with the permits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, as you know, the way it was set up before, the board was basically in charge of everything. So,
And the town was reluctant to do anything.
yeah, right. So, okay, what do we got here next?
The next thing we have,
New bus-
under new business is the possible upcoming special assessment for the renovation.
It's mirrors.
The mirrors is the
Down there.
last thing.
Okay, okay, so I just wanted to let everyone know, if you weren't at the meeting, the total cost for all the renovation came in at 5.3 million. And we are putting a $700,000 contingency on there for a total of 6 million. That's what we'd like to do right now. Originally at the meeting, I said 50% upfront, then 25. As it turns out, that wreaks havoc on the castle system. So I went back and I spoke to Lauren, our owner's rep for this project. And so we can divide it 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So in January if with this all passes, it'll be $2 million due in January. 2 million, I don't have exact dates from her, but it'll probably be May or June for the second installment and August, September for the last installment. So it'll be 2, 2, and 2. And the assessment, I was told this before by our attorney, instead of listing each project with an exact amount, list all the projects. And that way, if we save money on the carpeting, but we need it down here, I can move it around. So rather than putting, the total will be exact, but all of the projects will be listed without exact amounts. And then I had one question. Is it possible to do that special assessment meeting on December 3rd right after we announce? Because we have to give time, and
You have to do it.
You have to do a 14-day notice.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't know if we have 14 days.
You're not gonna have the time.
Not have the time. Okay, so it'll be sometime close to there, but just,
Yeah, no, you don't
no,
have.
can't do it. Okay,
Okay.
we'll let you know when it's gonna be.
Is that 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 really adequate to front load
Yeah.
all the deposits that are going to be required?
That's exactly,
initially up front?
yes, that's
That's what we-
exactly what I called her for and said, if I do it this way, is $2 million enough? Because we are buying most of the things ourselves. And she said, yes, she'll be okay. So I can,
Cash flow then works out, well, I know you haven't signed contract, and so this little premature.
right. So if I find out anything different, I'll probably speak to Lauren again, maybe this week or next week. But that was the first thing I said to her, because 50% down and 25 made the castle system wonky.
It's not even, it's
It's a-
actually the bank. It's the
The
bank
bank.
that won't do it. They
What
would,
do you think is the better way to go?
Is lo-
About Castle?
Yeah, so as long as I have enough money to pay for it, if Lauren says order this and I have enough money to pay for it, I'm fine with $2 million. She was good with it, because I said, if I have $2 million in the month of January, we may be able to order the carpet in December. They're holding the price for us. That was the big thing, the flooring, the carpeting and the porcelain floor. as long as they're holding the price for us, because I told her we couldn't have an assessment until January. And I said, if I have this amount, is that enough? And she said, yes. I was just worried about lead times. Carpeting is a 4-month lead time. So we know if we do it in January, by the time I actually get the bill in, it's 20, 30 days actually by the time a bill would come in. And so I'm okay with that. She said 2 million is okay. So,
And no tariff add-on
well, this is why
we don't know about?
yeah, Marilyn, the committee we were kind of not grilling her, but we were saying, tell us how we can do this without getting tariffs. And so that's part of the reason why this one company, Royal Thai.
Yeah.
From Thailand, we have an exact amount. And they said, if you order by the end of the year, we're holding your price, a fixed price, and that's it.
And that includes the hallways.
That's a price,
assuming-
yeah.
All of a sudden you're expecting, oh, we didn't know this additional. cost.
No.
No.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah,
And again, we've got a great OR for that. Lauren, that's her business. She knows what's going on with all of this stuff because she's got other projects. And so, you know, we're taking advantage of her knowledge on that, so.
and she actually has pretty precise numbers on things. Like she said right away, this is because she knows how many yards of carpeting we need. She knows how much it's gonna cost to install it already. She gave us all that. She knows that wine cabinet, it's not refrigerated, but she could tell us exactly how much that's gonna cost. The faux wine prop, right? She could tell us exactly how much that was. She could tell us how much the back wall and the other social room with the shelving, how much that was gonna cost. She had an estimator here. I don't know how many times this guy came here, but they were measuring inch by inch. So she's got pretty exact information for us. I feel comfortable.
The bids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then, and she, yeah, but she's pretty strict about her scope of work. So I feel pretty good with her right now.
So do we have to vote on anything right now?
No, because we don't, I just wanted
Do
to
that,
let
yeah.
people know that
Mail.
That's right.
you
Okay.
have to mail it out.
Yeah, do
We
that.
need 2 weeks, and
Okay.
so it'll be sometime in December.
All right. I think that's the end of our
Nope.
agenda. No.
No
Mirrors.
mirrors.
Okay, who's gonna speak about elevator landing mirrors? Go ahead.
We have several pieces of mirrors on various floors that have fallen off over time. And I know that a lot of owners have been saying that they want the mirror put back. We've gotten quotes. It's not inexpensive to do, because we have 1, 2, 3 areas of mirror, I believe, that need to be replaced. It's like the lowest bid we got is close to $1,700. These are for those little pieces that are missing.
Yeah.
You're gonna have, with any luck, they're gonna change that. They're gonna change the landings in the lobby, correct? They're gonna do
That's
something with
correct.
the mirrors. So to spend that money kind of is a waste, because in a couple of months, they're gonna start taking everything down. So, I'm leaving this up to the board, but I don't want to upset the owners at the same time who don't have the mirror. So I want them to understand why we are not gonna be replacing them if that's how the board decides.
It's trashy, that I don't live in a trash place.
But
When do we get to find out, get it to look like it's not a trashy place?
when do you get to find
I
out?
mean, that's kind of simple thing that's been going on with those mirrors for months. Okay?
Mhm.
Long before we even started this. And why weren't they fixed?
I can't give you an answer for that. I've only found out about these mirrors probably 2 months ago, and we've been getting bids.
You've been recording it longer.
It's been going on for several years.
Really?
I don't know.
I'm only
Yeah, I
hearing
just-
rumbles about
I
it
just
now
heard
from
about it
people.
recently, so.
At this
So-
point, it's probably silly to replace them.
Robbins.
That-
Yeah, go ahead.
Robin's, yeah.
I think at this point, it's probably silly to replace them, but something that could possibly be done, like the bottom strips missing on our floor. Maybe if someone could take a razor and move the blue glue off, it wouldn't look as bad.
Easily done.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, the other thing is there is a price also for a mirror. The restrooms down by the pool area. One of the mirrors is cracked diagonally. No one is taking responsibility for it. Restore said they didn't put those in.
I
That,
didn't.
that it was like that, and Dino said that it wasn't like that, and so
Whatever.
it's about, I think it's 700 and change to do that, and I mean, it's under my budget, but $745. I would like to have the board say yes, that I can get that changed so that,
Do it.
well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Right.
And that's the only mirror that's gonna get changed.
Okay. And so those bathrooms downstairs are original, but they're cleaned up. They've got all new fixtures in them. But the tile and everything else has been cleaned up, it's been painted, so it's not an
They're ready
embarrassment.
to use.
They're ready to use, yes. Checked them out the other day, and I think
And-
recently we got the cleaners are gonna go down and make sure.
Yes, the cleaners are gonna go, they're gonna start cleaning those, putting that on their regular schedule.
Right, a lot of work down there,
Regarding cleaning, the barbecue,
cleaned, as far as I know. I
Yeah,
went
we had,
yesterday,
we had the company come in and they did a good cleaning that Robin McPherson recommended that we use. They came and did a beautiful job.
Just so that if we start barbecuing, it doesn't extend. Someone tested
The
it.
gas is not on yet. We are gonna turn the gas on and it
Okay.
will be tested beforehand.
Yeah, we're not quite there.
We're not there yet,
I'm
but
gonna send him to barbecue a hamburger, but I don't want him to.
we will send out announcements and let everyone know, one, when the barbecue is ready to use, and then two, when we got the Department of Health that gave us our okay.
Right.
We will let you all know, and I expect each and every person to be at that pool every single day.
Yes, we will.
Can we get someone to daily clean the barbecue grill?
About barbecue.
It's okay.
We'll have them
Yep.
check it.
It's not in the pool area.
But
it's
people are gonna
It's
also,
on the deck here.
I just wanna say,
Yes.
with the barbecue grills,
Plastic. Plastic.
people are going to be using them. Be courteous when you cook on that grill, clean it off,
Yeah.
because unless if you wanna get someone to be on payroll to sit there and every time you're done to go and clean it, we'll check it in the morning. After that, it's not gonna get checked for 24 hours, so just be courteous. Clean the
Great.
grill, make sure it looks nice when you leave it, so that
Yeah.
the person coming after you who wants to barbecue isn't barbecuing in a mess.
So that reminds me, we have tools, flippers and all that.
We did buy them a while ago when we thought we were close. I
You know-
gotta ask the guys,
Okay,
but we
Well-
did, we bought all kinds of nice scrapers and
Okay,
grill
good.
brushes and.
Yeah. Will maintenance, staff start putting out the rest of the, furniture?
Yeah.
Cause if they
So-
all go right now, we don't have enough seating.
Yeah, in between their regular working and everything,
Okay.
yes, we will get it done. It
When
will
do
be,
you
by the
take-
time it's opened.
No, they have to
You
be,
have-
plastics have to be open. They have to-
somehow.
Now,
this-
We got the
That's
CO this
yesterday.
morning, but I can't help but notice,
No, no.
cause looking at people outside yesterday without that CO.
Uh-oh,
So that temptation thing,
I was wondering.
we're trying to keep that away from us.
Oh, yeah.
Harriet
We
said.
got it this morning.
Huh? We got it this morning?
We got the CO this morning.
Oh, we're good.
We were just testing,
So,
unpacking the furniture.
Yeah.
Yes, we were.
What
And
is
that's
Inspecting.
The furniture's been here for about 3 years in this room, and it's been boxed up and
It looks beautiful.
wrapped up.
Yes,
And
we
for
don't have-
some reason, the wrapping is now like saran wrap. It is stuck like glue.
Melted on.
And we had a time, so whatever you see out there took us, what, probably 2 hours? And we had 4 of us, 6,
Plus maintenance.
yeah, plus the maintenance
Six
people.
people.
Why can't you get a fast committee of like, you
Yeah.
know?
Like you guys who could call.
Right.
It is really hard to open the.
I'd be willing to.
Anybody wants to volunteer, come down and unwrap. I
It's
mean,
not as easy as you think.
It's really,
Definitely willing.
Okay.
To do that. That's where you can.
So what do you think about the cushions on the,
You need,
so if we,
well, I think we need to get it, some deck boxes for the cushions. As well as, because you don't want them out in the rain and all that anyway, even if you,
do we have to do that?
yeah.
So so we were putting furniture out yesterday, and the reason there were only tables and the chairs around the tables is that we went to put out some of the lounge chairs with cushions, and the cushions don't have any ties or Velcro on them. And we thought,
Yeah, I know.
oops,
Close to.
Yeah, so,
Because we have no wind on the deck.
yeah, right, so. So that's why the things with cushions aren't out there yet, because we kind of didn't know what to do yet to how to, we'll get them out there, but
Can I just ask something, you know, that like the chair that Michael's sitting in?
Yeah.
Like I've seen back there, some of them are unwrapped, and there's light as a feather, I can pick
Oh,
them
yeah.
up, but they're too big. I've got a couple chairs that are 5 times that heavier, and the wind up in my balcony.
Yeah.
I blow those
Oh,
things.
these are
I
gonna,
mean, no, they dented the wall. It's-
so,
On this
Peggy,
end of the building.
yeah,
So what are you gonna do with these?
I don't know, but
We're gonna
I,
have some people sit in them during the storm.
We're looking for a volunteer list.
Yeah, we'll have the sitting committee. Yeah.
Well, the people who bought it said they were weighted down at the bottom.
Well, they aren't.
well, actually, what,
they're,
this is what they're not, and what, I mean, not to add more work to my guys, but what I did at Oak Harbor on our deck, because it would get windy, and I had them pull off the bottoms, fill it with sand and lay them down.
People at the Cove do a lot. They have it at the bottom, you know, like.
You fill it,
Pull
you
off.
turn around and you fill it, you get sandbags and you fill them with sand and it aids,
And
and
you attach it underneath.
it's a lot of weight. No, you just pull off the plastic things and you fill the hollow things with sand.
Oh, that's even nicer.
Yeah, you don't see it. You don't see it. It-
Looks like we're gonna need a committee.
it's a wine and sand party. It's
Yeah,
Sand party.
yeah.
Christine.
Yeah.
Is there gonna be a person?
Okay,
It's-
couple of questions.
Joe's asking a question.
Bob, you're all set, we're good.
Bye, Bob.
Yeah.
About the garage.
Yeah.
We had a little pipe burst on Saturday.
Yeah.
And, but, do we not have any sort of, alarm that alerts us to that?
There is not an alarm. You're correct, there's not. What happened was, actually, there's a pipe, a large pipe that goes to the new pool heaters. And it junctions at a valve, a shut-off valve, which was off. And for some reason, the connection just broke off. So, yeah, and it was pouring water out of there, so. But you're right, there's no alarm in the garage for that. Those are fairly simple.
Yeah.
And we could probably get them on the building automation system. Because, the other thing is the drains didn't drain. So pipelining is scoping them and they're gonna clean them out, but I guess after all the construction, there's stuff.
Yeah.
Sediment,
Yeah, and we,
so.
yes.
Yeah, regarding the pool, is there gonna be a person, at the end of the day, pushing the chairs and lining them up and closing the umbrellas, you know, policing the pool and.
That
so
is-
it's like it's supposed to look each day.
Going to be maintenance, what they're gonna have to do, and we may wind up hiring another person.
Yeah.
But we're gonna need someone to go out there, set everything up, hose everything down, because you're gonna have the salt, and we want everything to be cleaned up every day. And then at the end of the night, it's hard because during the summer, we leave at 5 and people are still hanging out at the pool, but we're gonna close down as much as we can. When the pool closes and gets locked, who's ever at the front desk at this point will go check, make sure all the umbrellas are closed, nothing can go flying, and that everything's pretty much neat. But we are gonna wind up having to hire another person as a pool attendant.
Okay, well,
Well, we
Yeah.
hope.
And then, and again, I mean, this is your home, I have my own pool, I didn't wanna tell you guys all that, but at night I close my, I close my umbrella, I bring in my cushion, cause it's my home and I don't wanna lose my stuff, so.
Yeah.
You still at the same point have to look at it that this is my home and I'm done sitting at my table, I'm gonna close my umbrella, I'm gonna take care of my stuff,
yeah.
because you all paid for it.
These chairs are gonna be all over the place.
Yeah, we need someone to straighten it out, so when you go in and it looks nice in the morning and, yeah, and we'll do it at night too and make sure that everything looks good.
Okay, any other questions from audience, online?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks very much, folks.
No,
Thank
motion to
you.
adjourn?
Motion to adjourn. All good?
Second. Done.
Done.
5:05.
Bye.
Right, thank you all. But
Thank
tomorrow
you.
morning, I'm gonna have you come in and sign all of these things.
Okay,
And then we have
Yeah.
in the morning anyway.
you got a 10:30, right?